I bet you'll get to 1 million followers in less than a month if you just make that video every day. And she did it in like a week. I was like, I was like, okay, just do it. Keep doing it every day. See how far it can go. It's crazy.
So I can't even imagine, someone who's a lawyer, a corporate lawyer, taking crap all day at some office and then doing this and getting the kind of offers that I'm getting, but she's probably getting them threefold.
I was not a believer in social media. Obviously, I mentioned it earlier. But now, not only like the monetary aspect of it, where you're gonna just make more money if you're on social media, like period. Like if you grow a following, you could almost do anything and be successful. Yeah, you're getting a way huge head start. But like with impact also, because I think sometimes people post and they're like, oh, only 1,000 people saw this. Like nobody cares. Those are 1,000 humans that are watching your stuff, and then. It didn't hit me until I went to a meetup one time, and then this older Asian lady came up to me like, hey, you made a video about wholetailing and I made $60,000. Wow. I was like, holy crap.
Now, I didn't start taking social media seriously until the middle of 2020. Before then, I didn't have a TikTok account, I didn't have a YouTube channel, I didn't have a podcast. All I had was my Instagram with about 15,000 followers. Fast forward to today, and I've got over 1 million followers between those 3 platforms, and I've got a top-rated podcast. The one area where I'm really lacking is my Twitter. I just started getting active on that again, so if you want to go follow me on Twitter, go to Ryan Pineda Show. It would do me a big favor. I'm gonna be posting a lot of my NFT and crypto content there. But anyways, the reason I show you that is because your social media channel can grow really quickly if you do the right things. But the biggest problem I see for businesses is they don't have enough time to devote towards social media. And this makes sense because in your business, you're busy running the day-to-day. You've got to go close deals, you got to go get inventory, you've got to deal with clients and customers. Running your business is not easy, and adding a whole new element to it takes a lot of time, effort, and work. But I can tell you, as somebody who's made the choice to focus less on business and more on social media, something crazy happened. It actually made my business grow far more by me focusing on it less. So if you look at it in the big picture of things and you can devote the time and resources to social media, it is going to help your business grow as well. You just have to get through the initial build-up phase where it's not giving you any results because you're building your following. Once you start to establish a following, then the profit starts to come to your business if you're doing things the right way. So assuming that you believe that going hard on social media is gonna make sense for your business, the next question is, what platforms should you focus on and how much time do you have to dedicate to it? It's my belief that in order for your social media to grow and for you to learn how to use it properly and to create good content, you're gonna have to put at least 1 hour a day into it, and more likely 2 if you can. If you can devote 2 hours a day to social media, you will start learning how things work, and you will become a better content creator. Now, what I'll say is most of you probably spend 2 hours a day plus on social media, but you're a consumer. When I say spend 2 hours, I'm talking about creating actual content, not consuming it. So for those of you who are saying, I don't have 2 hours a day to create content, Ryan, like I'm busy running my business and hanging with my family, doing all this stuff. I don't have the time. Well, you actually do have the time. You're just on social media consuming it during that time instead of creating. So stop your consumption of social media and start creating instead. Now, assuming you're willing to do that, which platform should you focus on? Well, if you would have asked me this a year ago, I would have said you need to focus on YouTube. And the reason that I've always said YouTube is because it's the only search-based social media. And in business, being search-based is going to be so important. It's really simple when you think about it. YouTube is owned by Google. Google is the #1 search engine in the world. YouTube is number 2. And guess what happens when somebody searches something on Google? Let's just take, for example, someone says, how do I flip a house? Well, the first thing that's gonna pop up are all the ads that people have paid for Google to place their website at the top. This is called pay-per-click. And Google makes money every time someone clicks on that link. But shortly after those paid ads, the very first thing Google's usually gonna promote are YouTube videos. Now, the reason Google is promoting YouTube videos is not because they want you to get the best information possible or because they think that these videos are great for you and they're just doing you a favor. The reality is they want you to go on YouTube because they own YouTube. And if you start watching YouTube videos and you spend more time on YouTube, you're gonna consume more ads, and Google is going to make more money. I know, if you've never thought about it, it kind of sucks to hear, but that's the truth. And if you think about it, after the YouTube videos are then the next search results from Google, which they're not really making money off of. They make money off of the ads for the PPC portion, they make money on the YouTube videos, but after that, when they go send them to the random websites, they actually lose that person because now that person's on another website doing whatever they're about to do, and Google can no longer monetize them at that moment. So it's not in Google's best interest to push those websites. It's in Google's best interest to get you on YouTube. And for me as a business owner, that's fine as long as I know the rules. I just want Google to push my YouTube videos if that person is searching for that. And so if somebody searches how to flip houses, if I have a really good video that I know Google's gonna wanna promote, then I'm about to get a ton of free traffic from Google, and I'm probably gonna get some subscribers, and I'm probably gonna get people to sign up for Future Flipper. And this is why I've always said YouTube is my favorite platform, because it is the only one that can do search-based traffic like that. That is the highest quality lead for your business if somebody is searching for that exact thing. Think about TikTok or Instagram. It's not like you can go on there and search how to flip a house, and then all of a sudden, you're gonna see me pop up and you're gonna go see all these other guys pop up showing you how to flip a house. Like, it doesn't work like that. But you can't search those specific platforms for the thing you're looking for like you can with YouTube or Google. Also, the other thing that makes YouTube great is that it's evergreen. If I make a video on how to flip houses today, I know that it's probably gonna have relevance for the next bunch of years. As long as I've been flipping houses, the process of it has not changed very much. And so I know if I make a video today, there's a good chance somebody's gonna see it years from now, and it's still gonna have value, and it's still gonna drive traffic to my business. Once again, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, they are not like that. They are very much on what's been posted today. They wanna show you recent content today. How often do you see an Instagram post from a year ago? It just does not happen. And so that's the beauty with YouTube. If you make a video today, there's a good chance there's gonna have value for the long haul. And you're essentially just building up this catalog of all these videos that can get seen at some point. On Instagram, when I make a video, I know that after a few days, it's probably gonna die out. If it's an Instagram story, I know that it's for sure gonna die out in 24 hours. So that's why I've always felt that YouTube was king, but I do not believe that it is the best way to start if you're just getting started on social media for your business. The reason is creating YouTube videos is really hard. On average, my videos are around 10 to 12 minutes, but to create that video takes many hours. I have to think of the idea, I have to script it, I have to film it, my editors have to edit it, we have to write descriptions, create a nice thumbnail, create a nice title. There's a lot of work that goes into making a YouTube video. I actually had my good friend Graham Stephan on my podcast recently, and he said it takes him about 20 hours to produce one YouTube video. And it's that kind of dedication that has made him the top finance YouTuber in the space. Now, most of my videos don't take as long as him because I just freestyle my videos and I have a whole editing team who takes care of the rest. So my actual time put into it is not that long. But if you're starting a channel today, most likely you're gonna be the one doing everything, and I can guarantee you creating one video is going to take a lot of hours. And even though that part in itself is really hard, other reality is if you're just starting out, you're most likely not getting very many views. If you're starting from 0 subscribers and you don't have many followers or a big email list, then it's gonna be very difficult to get views and get picked up in the algorithm. I've seen so many people start and they might only get 10, 20, 30 views, and they become discouraged because they spent so many hours creating the video. And this is why most people give up on YouTube, because it takes so long to create and it's very hard to go viral and get seen as a new person. And so this is why I've changed my philosophy that I believe any new business should focus on creating TikToks. The reason is creating a TikTok is far easier than creating a YouTube video because it is short form content. You can go on your app right now for TikTok and create a 30-second video, and it might take you 15 or 20 minutes after you edit it and do all your takes. And the beauty with TikToks is that you can go post them on the other platforms as well. Instagram Reels is a copy of TikTok, so you can go make the one video for TikTok and also throw it on Instagram Reels. But it doesn't just stop there. YouTube copied them with YouTube Shorts. So now you can take that same video and throw it on YouTube Shorts. And so now this 30-second video is on all 3 platforms, and it has a far better chance of going viral. I've seen people go viral on TikTok and get over 1 million followers in just 1 month. My friend Erica Kohlberg did this exact thing and now has over 5 million followers in I think less than a month. And to add even more fuel to the fire, people are wanting short form content more than long form content. People's attention spans are getting lower and lower, so short form content is going to win as time goes on. So even though those platforms don't have the evergreen or the searchability that YouTube has, it is going to be far easier for your business to get seen. It's going to be way easier to go viral, making the content is easier, and you're going to get more followers as time goes on using that method than if you were to just strictly devote all your time to YouTube. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't make YouTube videos at all. Quite the contrary. What I'm saying is do the short form content first and post them across all the platforms. Once you start getting a bit of a following from there, then you can start making long form YouTube videos, and then you can have your audience from these platforms you've already established watch your YouTube videos. This is exactly what I did. I started to get an audience on TikTok and Instagram, and so when I started making long form YouTube videos, I already had a built-in audience who was willing to go watch them and help the YouTube algorithm. And once you build that audience up, you can start doing really cool things like I do now, where I repurpose my YouTube videos and my podcast, and those become my TikToks and my Reels and my YouTube Shorts. And so it becomes all the same content, but in different forms. If somebody wants to watch the long form full version of it, they can go on my YouTube, they can watch my podcast. If somebody just wants a little clip of it, they can watch it on TikTok, they can watch it on Instagram. That way I'm hitting all demographics. But the biggest thing we know as business owners at the end of the day is just getting our business out there and making people aware of it. If people are aware of your business, you're gonna get traffic to your website and it's gonna convert into more leads and more profit. So that's what I would focus on in 2022 if you're looking at growing your business through social media.
What's interesting with YouTubers, and even when I first met you, like I got on YouTube and TikTok at the same time, and most YouTubers were sleeping on short form. They're like, short form will never be like YouTube. Like, it's whatever, YouTube's king. And as we have seen over time, like I now see every YouTuber has to embrace short form. You guys is included. How has that shift been?
Real quick, if you haven't heard, my book, The Wealthy Way, is coming out December 13th. I have been working on this book for years and I'm super excited about it, and I want to have a massive launch and I need your help. So here's what we are going to do. You can actually pre-order the book on Amazon right now on the Kindle version. And the best part is that Kindle version is only going to be 99 cents. Now this book is a lot more valuable than 99 cents, but I want to get it in everyone's hands. So you can support by ordering it there right now. Now on December 13th, you can get access to the paperback, you can get access to the Audible and all that good stuff. But that's not all we're doing. If you want to really support and leave a review for the book, I'm actually going to be giving away a free course that I created called Business Builder Academy. This is teaching everyone how to start a business from start to scratch, how to figure out your branding, your products, sales, marketing, everything that I've done to start up all of my businesses. I've put into this academy, and I'm gonna give it to you completely free as long as you leave a review on Amazon. So think about it. You can go buy the book for $1, leave a review, and get a course worth thousands. So if you want to support and you want to get access to that, go to wealthywaybook.com, okay? wealthywaybook.com. You'll be able to go pre-order it. You'll be able to submit proof of your review, and you're gonna get access to that course. So I appreciate all you guys. Let's have a huge launch for this book and change some lives.
Yeah, so I agree with you. I think that vertical video is the biggest opportunity in social media right now. It would be irresponsible to ignore vertical video. As a shift for us, I think as you're in anything for a while, when a major change comes, it's always a little bit frustrating because you're like, oh man, I got to reinvent myself again. Oh, another thing to do, another platform to embrace. But for the savvy entrepreneur who wants to be in business, not just today, but tomorrow, I think you have to be able to embrace where, skate to where the puck is going, not just where it is. And so I think the opportunity with vertical video is first, of course, YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts is now going to offer monetization, which Mr. Beast predicts and many others that that'll be attract a lot of creators away from TikTok. But I think the opportunity with vertical video that we're embracing is first the commitment to creating relevant vertical video, meaning this, good hook, what's the big idea, learning kind of the art form. Then two, distributing it across many platforms. Because rather than thinking, oh, I should do TikTok or I should do YouTube Shorts or I should do that, I think what you should do is vertical video. I definitely agree with, people used to say, I actually think this kind of not as true in today's world. They're like, you need to do different content for every platform. And I would agree with that in the sense of saying, yeah, there's a YouTube video and you may not want to upload that video to LinkedIn or something, or you shouldn't just take one picture back when Instagram was really a photo platform, just blast it everywhere, and you need to make content native to the platform. Okay, fine. But I really think in today's world, if you're making a promise with your brand, like you help people with real estate, many other things, but like you help people with real estate. So real estate tips on LinkedIn or on TikTok or on YouTube can work regardless. So as we committed to creating vertical video, which in our case was the infrastructure, it would be like editors, social media strategists in terms of chopping out the clips. What we found is we'll upload something on TikTok. We recently had a 25 million one. We uploaded that on Instagram Reels, 750,000. YouTube Shorts, 125,000. Facebook Reels, which is, I think, one of the most slept on things right now. We're getting consistently anywhere from 5,000 to 5 million views on Facebook Reels. This is all no extra effort besides the strategy of uploading it. And now another one we're embracing is Pinterest vertical video, which a friend of mine recently showed me that he made $13,000 on the creator fund of Pinterest vertical video. And as we started uploading our clips there, we got 7 views, 9, our shorts or our vertical videos, 22. And then one already got 1,333. And like,
this
again,
is Pinterest.
This is Pinterest.
Yeah.
And so if you know yourself, meaning your brand makes a promise. And so why do people follow Sean Cannell? Well, YouTube tips, video production tips. So for everybody listening to this, like, what's your brand? What's your brand promise? What problem do you solve? And then on top of that, I do think there's also even the broad appeal thing. I mean, I'm dropping some content. I just did one, which actually someone else found. It was part of a podcast conversation about how I got expelled from private school. And so even some personal stuff or things that are more about how I was inspired by the Wu-Tang Clan and that influenced Think Media. Like, I think there's even things that could be more broad appeal that people, they maybe get too narrow, because that could be a bridge to just reaching somebody who checks out your bio, whatever. We could go more into that. So all that to say is we have been seeing insane results from posting vertical video across multiple platforms. And the one nuance would be, if you do want to intentionally think, okay, what is there a place to enter a title? YouTube Shorts have a title. Should that title be the same as it is on TikTok? TikTok just expanded the amount of characters you can do in your copy to a massive number. and Neil Patel was talking about it. TikTok is making a search engine optimization play.
Oh, yeah.
TikTok is more used as a search engine by Gen Z than Google.
I heard that.
Yeah. And so those are nuances where maybe the vertical creative is the same, but how are you using hashtags on each place? Are you writing extra copy, extra words? Is the title a little bit different? Can you upload a thumbnail, or do you select a thumbnail, or is it done differently? Do you upload a thumbnail externally? And so those best practices could be helpful for someone that just wants to start messy, which you should start before you're ready. Start messy, just start posting. Even if you didn't do all the best practices, it's still helpful once you've created the vertical asset to potentially put it a lot of places. If you make Hormozy style vertical videos, which a lot of people kind of the sit down, deliver one big idea, an editor throws some captions on there. It's is complex or not complex as you think. You just go straight through one big idea. That type of video can live almost anywhere. And then the final filter would be, maybe there's somebody that's being thoughtful to say, out of the last 20 vertical video clips we've created, 2 of these should be uploaded on LinkedIn. These all can go on TikTok because who cares, or we're just testing things. and maybe there's nuances to where you're posting it, but I don't even think you have to overthink it that much.
No, there's no harm to posting.
Exactly.
There's no cost.
Yeah. and that's a great point. And what's wild is, again, I like to measure certain ones that perform well. I like to measure over after some time has passed how they did across platforms. And I'm not seeing a rhyme or reason. Again, sometimes TikTok might typically give you the most views. Doesn't mean the best views, but it's a lot of times the most. But some stuff goes bigger for me on Instagram, maybe because it's more personal and I feel like the following is more invested in me. So if it's more of a personal story, it kind of goes bigger. TikTok. So, but who cares? It's
you know what I've seen, like even posting across all these platforms, is it's just always changing, right? Because TikTok for me, years ago used to be like, it would kill it.
Yeah.
Right. And then Reels, when nobody was doing it, was brand new. I just started killing it on Reels.
Yep.
And then now they're both mature. Reels have matured. TikTok has matured. YouTube has, shorts are finally good, and they've got separate feeds for shorts and everything, which has been huge. I'm like seeing that TikTok, even though I have the most followers there, 1.1 million, gets the least amount of views. And Reels gets the most. And, shorts sometimes do really good, sometimes whatever. But it's interesting to see. And I've actually heard that from other influencers where they're like, yeah, if you've been on TikTok for a while now, they're kind of promoting new people, trying to get them going. And so I'm like, that would make sense because the content's the same everywhere. So it's just curious to see how that's working out.
Yeah, that's super fascinating. And to your point, yeah, I mean, not overthinking it, taking massive action, being committed to the process, and getting those outputs out there, just meaning.
Yeah. And look, even if they don't get a lot of views on TikTok, whatever. I mean, it didn't cost me anything to post. Like, a view is a view.
Yep.
One thing I was thinking about, I was talking to my buddy, Tall Fishman. He's got 15 million subs on YouTube. And dude who's legit, he actually is the one who introduced me to what Snapchat's doing with Snap Shows, which once again, it's vertical video. They are paying creators a bunch of money. So I just got a new Snap Show. By the time this airs, maybe it'll already be going. We'll see how it goes with views and making money and stuff. But him and I were talking about it, and he was like, there might one day be a world where like we watch everything vertically. And he's like, could you imagine going to a movie with a vertical screen, or like your TV's in your house and it's vertical? And I was like, I could see it. Like, I don't think like it would happen overnight, but it wouldn't surprise me if like YouTube stopped going horizontal focused and was like, hey, make your 10-minute videos vertical.
I wholeheartedly disagree.
No, and he wasn't saying he believes that's going to happen.
Oh, gotcha.
He's like, it could happen.
But I mean, even I would say I disagree, but I see the logic, and this is where I would come from, would be, of course, I think the film, the movie theater experience, the TV, but I've almost become somewhat blind to vertical video. And one of the things my family loves to do now, I've got an 11-week-old, a 2-year-old, and then my wife and our Chihuahua and me. So the 5 of us, if we agree on content we watch together, and this is funny, all the way from my 11-week-old up, there's the content we love to watch together that keeps everybody engaged is Fail Army. So it's and you've probably seen it before, Fail Blog. It's just, like cars that crash, people slip, and just compilations of weird, the roof breaks, an animal jumps, just like kind of funny, quick. And the majority of it, it's kind of like America's Funniest Home Videos in a modern world where there's people who repurpose it and just kind of take clips from the internet and they build like automation channels about it. But I think Fail Army actually gets clips submitted. And the majority of the clips are vertical, right? And this is a massive thing on YouTube. There's so much YouTube content that are the best TikToks, the funniest TikToks.
Yeah, compilations. Yeah.
Compilations. And we're watching this on a smart TV. So the majority of the frame is empty.
Yeah.
But like we're blind to it. Like I don't notice it. Like it's still funny. It's huge. The smart TV, it's bigger than my phone, and you're used to watching it on your phone. So it is interesting that the content, I would agree with that I think vertical video is a thing for real. It's also interesting that IGTV failed and they shut it down. And for a while, some people went all in, like, I'm going to be a vertical video filmmaker. Like, I'm going to try to like create, and I don't want to talk anybody out of anything. Like, if that works, maybe we'll see one of the greatest documentary filmmakers or vloggers in the future, like really crush vertical. And there's been some of those that made really artistic things. But I think vertical video lends itself most to that like TikTok conversation, quick clips, you know.
Yeah, maybe
like,
maybe one day your TV will swivel, you know, like,
and some do.
I know, and it'll just be like, all right, I'm gonna watch this kind of content now, and
especially because you can also cast. So if you were to realize like you actually just want to experience TikTok on full screen, which sounds like a nightmare, actually, that just make it worse. But ultimately, yeah, that maybe you get nice TV, it does it electronically.
Mm-hmm.
So the mission statement is helping entrepreneurs build their personal brand and business on social media. And the goal is to teach them not only how to get views, but turn those views into dollars. So
I think, so here's one of the biggest takeaways I took away from Grant's thing 3 months ago. He says, only 1% of my audience buys a product from me. 99% of people don't. And so you have to give them something to invest in other than a product. And I was like, what does that mean? And for me, it was watching him put these funds together, right? These big real estate funds. It's like, this is what I took from it. I go, 99% of your audience will never buy a product from you because they don't believe in themselves. It's not that they don't believe in Ryan Pineda or Pace Morby. It's they don't believe in themselves to take action on it. But when you put a Pineda fund together, what's your guys' fund called?
Pineda Capital.
So Pineda Capital.
Yep.
Now those 99% of people that don't necessarily trust themselves to go buy something to then have to take action,
right?
They know that Pineda is going to make something happen.
Yeah.
And what Grant said was, the people who invest in Cardone Capital or Pineda Capital, they go home and they pray for you to be successful. I was like, oh my gosh, this is, for people that don't understand why content is so important, it is the modern way to raise capital. So if you want to go buy $100 million in real estate, you have to, like this year we raised $68 million in private money. How did we do that? Not by cold calling people. That's stuff that Wolf of Wall Street did 20, 30 years ago. It's now everything has to go through Instagram, YouTube, et cetera. And I tell people too, like if you don't have a YouTube, I don't think you're credible because I don't think YouTube can be hacked.
No, yeah,
Instagram,
it's not like Instagram
can be hacked. You look at somebody with 2 million followers on Instagram, you're like, nope. YouTube, I'm like verified.
Yeah. No, yeah, and that's the thing too, is I tell people this at Content Empire. I'm like, hey, so not only is organic traffic going to be great for your business and all this stuff, but if you do start running paid traffic, it's going to amplify it so much because guess what? If nobody's ever heard of Pace Morby, what's the first thing they're going to do?
Google.
They're going to Google. They're going to look up, see if this guy's got any YouTube videos or anything. They're going to see, oh, dude, he's got 100,000 subs. He's doing these live streams. He's got like, okay, cool. I can get behind this guy. And by the time, they see your ad, they're good.
Yep.
So I just don't see a scenario in the world to come where you can get away with not making content because your competitor will, and then you're toast. Like,
you're irresponsible is what you are. You're irresponsible. To me, I tell people, imagine McDonald's trying to sell a hamburger without a single golden arch on their building. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say I'm driving down the freeway from Nevada to Arizona.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hang out at Pineda's studio and I'm hungry. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for the golden arches. I know there's a hamburger I can go buy right there.
Right.
But if you're not branding yourself, you're not posting yourself, you're not doing anything, like, how do I even know what you offer? How do I even know what you have for me to buy? I have no clue how to spend money with you.
Well, and the thing is too, this was something I took away from Grant too. He was like, hey, assume no one's ever seen your ad.
Yeah.
Right. And, I'm doing a big launch for my book coming out.
Yeah.
And, I'm like, December 13th.
Okay.
So I'm like talking about it every day right now. And it's funny because in my mind, I'm like, everybody's seen it. And then I'm like, you know what? No, they haven't.
They haven't, dude.
Everyone has not seen it. I'm just going to post it nonstop. They haven't
seen it. We have this big meetup going on with DJ Envy and the Breakfast Club on Thursday this week in New Jersey.
Okay.
I've been posting about it every 2 days. And I'm like, it's on my stories and I post it today. Like, I'm so excited about the meetup coming up on Thursday. And people are like, what meetup? I'm like, where have you been for 30 days?
Yeah.
The thing we forget as content creators is that we're on there every day I'm on Instagram probably every day for 15 to 45 minutes. Most people in your world, your audience, they're not on there every day. They might go on there every...
all these other, you don't know what the algorithm's feeding them and, you know, whatever. So yeah, I was like, all right, I'm just going to post it. But, you know, long story short, I think that you just have to get over it and just constantly be marketing, because McDonald's could not just quit marketing today, even though they've established such a great brand, right? And all of a sudden people, like, they're not going to lose market share. They will. Like, if you don't stay top of mind, no matter how successful you've been in the long run, it doesn't matter.
That's scary to think that even McDonald's, if they stop marketing, would lose market share. They're the king. Everybody knows McDonald's.
Yep. They would lose market share.
And the people that say, oh, well, I don't see a billboard and go buy a hamburger. Yes, you do. You just don't know you do.
Right.
And it's the same thing with anything, right? If you're a real estate investor and you're trying to raise capital, guess what's going to happen? Beardy Brandon, good friend of both of ours, Beardy Brandon's ad on Instagram is going to push that accredited investor over to his fund versus ours.
Yeah, because he was top of mind.
Top of mind.
Yep. And it's the same thing with just like every business in general. It's like, I was actually thinking about this the other day. We were just watching the Netflix before this with Zac Efron.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I was thinking, man, where has Zac Efron been? Like, you know, he's got like this weird...
he pieced out for like 2 years or something.
Yeah, I'm like, his face looks totally different. Like, everything about him's different. And where's he been? And the fact was, I hadn't thought about Zac Efron for 2 years because he just wasn't out there. And he's a mega A-list celebrity. And you see celebrities like that who all of a sudden they re-show up in a movie. I was watching Netflix again the other day and I saw Lindsay Lohan was in a movie. And I was like, Lindsay Lohan, where has she been? But to the point, when you don't stay top of mind, it does not matter how relevant you are or how famous you are at that very moment. It will go away.
It will go away. And I think the other thing that people really want to consume is they want to consume a product that they actually feel like they're a part of, right? Versus like, oh, I saw McDonald's and I saw their ad. They want to feel like they're part of your world, right? They want to know your wife, your kids, et cetera. They trust you, all those types of things. So people that are out there, I don't care who you are. If you're an insurance agent, you're a bicycle repairman, I don't care what it is, creating funny content along the lines of whatever it is you're trying to sell.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Same thing with video guys. Like our video guys that they used to work on side projects. Now they're full-time with us, but they talk about filming with us and all of a sudden they're overwhelmed. They're getting calls from Lenovo and HP and like, hey, we saw you on Pace's Instagram. Do you want to come do an HP thing? We'll pay you $12,000. He's like, dude, how did I get so lucky? I'm like, you didn't get lucky. You just put yourself out there. That's it.
Yeah.
TikTok's obviously been big for you. What about YouTube and Instagram, everything else?
So I'm going to be honest with you. Let's start with Instagram. Instagram has been great. That's where I started. The algorithm thing too there. Like, I don't get the numbers. Like, everything's up. Engagement's up. My views are crazy now. So I see that they're pushing the reels.
Right.
But then you'll lose followers. I don't understand how Instagram works, but like you, I'm consistent and committed and it works out. Maybe I'm a little spoiled. I have almost 200,000 followers on Instagram. I want more. And you get spoiled because I have the TikTok numbers. We're almost at 2.8 million. And then I go to Instagram where everything's slower. It's like being on another planet, like slow planet, like everything's very slow. Well, I like the TikTok rhythm. I love the youth of TikTok, and I don't mean it literally. I just love the action-packed, fast, getting my info within 20 seconds or less. Love that.
Right.
But Instagram, I'm there. This is, as we were talking about earlier, I close my deals on Instagram. Yeah. Love Instagram. People pay on Instagram. TikTok, it's a different demographic. It's changing every single day. Mm-hmm. But Instagram's where I get the business done. Yeah. And then YouTube. YouTube. So we started really strong last year. I just couldn't keep up. Yeah. There was too much. I'm a control freak, believe it or not. I am a control freak. And the keywords, the freaking thumbnail, the description.
There's a lot to make in one video.
And it's longer.
It got to be thought out and planned and scripted. And
the editing.
Yep, the editing.
The just everything. Oh my God, my face looks green in that shot. For example, where I'm from, it could be snowing or it could be raining. It's always dark where I'm from. And so I look and I'm like, oh my God, I look like crap. Who's going to fix that? Or maybe I was too close to the mic and then there was just so in January, I said, forget it. I'm going to double down on TikTok. I'm going to choose one platform and it's going to be TikTok. And I got another 1 million followers.
Yeah.
And I am getting one brand deal after the other. And guys, the journalists, they got it all wrong. They don't know how much influencers, content creators are getting paid. They have no clue.
Right.
So an article came out a couple of weeks back. I'm, thank God, one of the top 10 fintech content creators in the world, according to this article. Erica Kullberg.
Yep.
And Mark Tilbury. They're like number 1 and number 2.
Yep.
I'm number 6.
That's good.
That's pretty good. But then the article went on to talk about the money we're making. And that's where they got it all wrong.
Yeah.
So many people might be thinking, I don't get it. Doesn't she sell homes? Doesn't she sell real estate? Doesn't she own an agency? Shouldn't she double down there? Isn't the money great there? You guys have absolutely no idea the kind of money being offered to content creators that are on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. It is, and that's why you hear people saying, I'm a full-time content creator. Because it's worth it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, to answer your question, what am I doing now? Just a little bit of everything, like you said, figuring it out and double downing on what's paying.
You want to know a funny story about Erica? Her and I, you know, we've done some videos together for my YouTube, and we met at an event last year for the first time in person, but she wasn't on TikTok. And I told her, I go, Erica, you should be on TikTok. Like, your stuff would be great. At the time, she had like 20,000 on Instagram. She had like a couple 100,000 on YouTube, and that's all she was doing. And she starts making videos, and, you know, one of them goes viral. She gets like 200,000 followers instantly. And we're DMing on Instagram. I'm like, good job. That was awesome. She's like, that was crazy how fast you can grow on TikTok. It's way crazier than YouTube and Instagram. And I go, yeah, here's what you have to do next. Make that video over like 100 times.
And she did.
And she did.
And that's what she does.
Yep.
And that is her style, and people copy her style now. So that is her. Yeah. She's the one with
well, her style was
people.
Like a very common style even before she got famous.
Oh, was
for
it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was her. You see what I mean? She's become the Kleenex of that style now, because I thought it was hers.
Yeah, the whole back and forth thing of talking to yourself was like a thing with one of my friends, Humphrey Yang, was, I think, probably one of the first people to really do it. And he did that and got a few million on TikTok and everything else. And yeah, it's just so crazy, because I remember looking at her numbers, because we were just talking, and I was like, I bet you'll get to 1 million followers in less than a month if you just make that video every day. And she did it in like a week. And I was like,
I know.
I was like, okay, just do it, keep doing it every day, see how far it can go. It's crazy.
So I can't even imagine, you know, someone who's a lawyer, a corporate lawyer, taking crap all day at some office and then doing this and getting the kind of offers that I'm getting, but she's probably getting them threefold. How are you ever going to look back?
Yeah.
This is fabulous. This is life. Look at me talking to you. We're sharing, we're collaborating, we're masterminding. This is what I love.
Yeah. You know, you talked about this social media marketing agency. A lot of people listening probably have no idea what that means or is. Why don't you explain it for people?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really all it is, you know, helping businesses generate more leads, right? So marketing is just bringing them more customers. And so most businesses, they have a product that they sell. And so at that stage, it really just looked like going up to restaurants, walking in there, telling them, hey, you don't have a Facebook pixel. And that means that you're not running Facebook ads. Chances are you're not, capitalizing on all the money that's out there. And so that's what we started with, right? Just going to local businesses, from restaurants to dentists, and just try and help them grow their paid advertising and generate more business.
Right.
And so that's kind of where it started. And we gained a lot of just like, how to hire VAs, how to find contractors, how to run paid ads, what are the strategies? And that really, funneled into everything we did with e-commerce, where we were able to apply a lot of the digital marketing strategies, and instead of doing it for somebody else's business, we did it for our businesses. So we did it for our products, and so we were able to see another jump in our business. And then when we started applying that into the education programs, and then also other businesses, which that's what we've been doing the past couple of years, is finding businesses that have infinite ability to scale, and how can we come in, bring our marketing, and then also scale sales teams to really generate as much revenue as we can for really, really good products.
Yeah. So to me, listening to the evolution, I've seen it with other marketers, is that you started off using your marketing skills to help generate leads for other businesses, right? You're door knocking these local businesses saying, hey, let me run your social media, help you make more money. You either pay me a retainer, or let's do a profit share on, the revenue we generate.
Yep.
Then eventually you say, well, I'm making this guy a lot of money. I might as well create my own products, right? And so you start creating your own products. But then it sounds like you're looking for now products again that you can just use your skills on that have higher scale. Tell me about that.
So, really the whole journey has been, and the whole ethos behind why we even got started and why I even got the courses and things like that and grabbed Hudson was, it's just all about skill acquisition, right? What you can produce and develop in the world all comes down to your ability to have something that is valuable, that is rare, and be able to provide that value to other people. And so the whole reason why we even went down the social media marketing route is I knew people were making money online. I knew that was happening. It was still new, it was still 2015, 2016, I remember running my first Facebook ads in 2015, and with e-commerce stores, we could write a couple lines of text, awful copy, a couple emojis, and save 50% off now and make a ton of money, and the ROAS was amazing. And so the real key for us, and I knew this going in, was it's about skill acquisition. How can I build skills? Because I know I want to be rich. I want to be a successful businessman. But I need skills. I've never run a business. I don't know how to hire people. I don't know how to build business models. I don't know how to understand, marketing funnels and lead generation.
And people think you learn all that stuff in college. You really don't.
No, they're not teaching Facebook ads in college.
I was teaching. I taught my marketing professor Facebook ads.
Literally. And so what the whole point and ethos behind it was, I don't have any money. We never got any outside investment ever. We never raised any money. I never took a loan from any company. I took some credit card debt, which we'll talk about at some point, but very much like yourself. And so it was all about, look, I need to learn a skill. I know that this skill, once I learn it, if I know how to make money online, I can do anything. I can grow any business. I can sell anything on earth. And we always knew that we were innovative individuals, and we were creative and could come up with unique solutions. And we had that entrepreneurial bug. And so what we ended up doing was, through that skill acquisition, we started generating revenue for ourselves because we didn't have any money, right? Well, what's the point of being in business if you aren't making any money? We were running around closing $500 a month marketing deals, generating leads for a restaurant. How much money are you going to make a restaurant at the end of the day? Only as much as they can handle.
Right.
And so that's the whole point. Was never, I want to become a really successful agency owner, although that could have gone that way. It was, I want to learn skills and I want to get paid doing it.
No, I quite literally remember as well, just to add on this, right? When I was 16 and we were watching this course, I was asking Zan all the time. I was like, how are we going to make real money off of this, right? Like we're watching The Social Network at the same time and watching Mark Zuckerberg, 20 years old, right? Making billions of dollars. It's like, this doesn't seem like the same game. It doesn't seem like the risk rewards are really going to pay off. And he always used to tell me, it's like, how do you think we're going to get there? How do you think we're going to do the innovative stuff, right? We have to build those skills. And another piece for us is that, we really do want to build really, really cool and innovative stuff. That's why we, even got into the NFT space, for example. But we don't want to give everything up to VCs, and we want to be able to bootstrap our own projects. And so part of that is being able to generate as much cash flow as you want, because that's what gives you the freedom. Like, I know entrepreneurs who have billion-dollar valuations in their company, but they're not really free because they're at the whim of the investors, they're at the whim of the VCs, to a large degree, right? Whereas when you can generate cash flow, it puts a lot more freedom, a lot more flexibility into what you're actually doing.
And even beyond that, right? Because of the level of skill acquisition that we've gone through and the level of risk we've taken, the amount of investment in ourselves that we've done, I've spoken and met with quite a few Silicon Valley entrepreneurs that are going out, they're raising lots of funds to go and get, their product built and the whole way they develop their model, which I'm not knocking it, but I've understood the unique pros and cons.
The burn model.
Yeah, they get very good at raising a lot of money, burning a lot of cash, and hopefully getting product market fit, and then breaking even on basically IPOing, right? That's their big event, right? And then that's how they make all their money, which I think is amazing. But I've noticed that those entrepreneurs, they lack a certain level of skill when it comes to cash flow.
Yep.
Profit management, being able to run your business profitably. You obviously know a lot about this because we're in the same game. But these guys don't have to worry about, well, hey, I made X amount of cash this month. We have this money in receivables. I have this burn rate. I have these ad spend. This is my credit card spend. How do I manage and balance all of that properly so I don't go broke?
Yep.
And now you go look, and obviously when the bull market goes away and the euphoria goes away, you look at these companies, and now all of a sudden discounted cash flow matters, right, to these investors. They go, hey, this PE needs to take a hit because you're not making enough profit month over month for this business to even make sense.
I mean, it's the same thing in the emerging markets, right? Like with the NFT space, nobody's focusing on cash flow. They're like, okay, hey, let me raise $5 million. Let me build this game that's not going to have any users, not going to generate any cash flow. It's somehow going to work, right? Whereas with the types of things that we're doing, we're weaving cash flow into what we're building. So there's more sustainability.
I was not a believer in social media. Obviously, I mentioned it earlier. But now just seeing like not only like the monetary aspect of it, where you're gonna just make more money if you're on social media, like period. Like if you grow a following, you could almost do anything and be successful.
Yeah,
you're getting a way huge head start. But like with impact also, because I think sometimes people post and they're like, oh, only 1,000 people saw this, like nobody cares. Those are 1,000 humans that are watching your stuff. And then it didn't hit me until I went to a meetup one time, and then this older Asian lady came up to me like, hey, you made a video about wholetailing and I made $60,000.
Wow.
I was like, holy crap, like this Asian woman is benefited from my video. So yeah, I think impact, and then of course just your business will blow up if you actually take time and create content.
You know what's funny? Speaking of old Asian ladies, I was literally golfing this morning, and I'm just I literally was the first one at the golf course because I didn't work out today. I was there at like 6:45, and I'm just hitting, and this old Asian couple comes up. They're Korean, and they're 60. I think they're like 60, and 50s and 60s. And he goes, "Are you the YouTube star?" And I was like, it's like 7 a.m. on the golf course. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I watch all your videos. And he started naming off video after video.
Yeah.
And this guy's 60 years old,
Yeah.
And, we just get to chat. And I'm like, hey, you want to play golf? And he's like, yeah. And so we went and played 9 holes this morning.
Yeah.
And we had a blast. We had fun hitting and playing. But it's just funny because he was telling me, like, video for video. He's like, you said this.
Yeah.
And like, I thought that was super smart. And, I'm trying to get my kids to watch your videos and, do stuff.
Yeah. I think some people, like, when they post, they just feel like no one's watching because no one's there.
I even still feel that way. Like, I know people watch, but I don't even realize the impact.
Yeah.
Right? Because that, like, interactions like that still surprise me.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, the heck is this random guy at the golf? Like, and then I was at the gym yesterday, and a guy, he recognizes me, and he's from Europe. He says, hey, Ryan, like, I love your podcast. I'm not even a real estate guy. I saw your podcast with Hormozy, actually, because he's a gym guy. And he was like, so I just sold my company. I sold a portion of it. It got valued at $1 billion. He owns a supplement company in Germany.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, dude, I was just showing my fiance your video about this, this, and this, and it's helped me out. And I'm like, You helped me out. You just sold your company's worth $1 billion.
Yeah.
Mine's not.
Yeah.
Somebody was telling me Squid Games was like, or Netflix was trying to sue him or something. I don't know if that's true.
I didn't hear any of that. I wouldn't be surprised if there's, because he's Mr. Beast. I bet anyone would be like, hey, I'm going to sue just because he's Mr. Beast. And what? It's so
from my perspective, it's like, dude, he just brought Squid Games even more attention.
I agree.
Like that was free marketing, 100 million views.
Well, that's how I feel about a lot of music too. Like I think a lot of, you know how SoundCloud was really big. Well, I think TikTok is going to be like the next big segue for a lot of musicians. And like, it seems like on YouTube, they're like, you can't use that because that's my music. You can't, like, it's great promotion. It's like,
dude, yeah, you could, if you're a no-name musician, if you get one song that goes viral on TikTok, you're known.
You've made your career. And if you could continue that, oh gosh, I mean, just the billions of views that you could get every month. Like there's one, a Madonna remix of her song Frozen. And gosh, this guy blew up on YouTube. He's got millions of subscribers now. And he blew up on because of his remix of Madonna on TikTok that everyone is using now when they go to these like really cool locations or they're like running off a cliff. And it's Madonna's Frozen remix.
Well, you know what's funny is, you know, obviously people are getting really famous on TikTok, like out of nowhere, right? You see like Addison Rae, she just signed, you know, did a movie on Netflix. You see Bella Poarch and, you know, they're making music now, right? Yeah. But it's funny because I think the very first person to really go viral on a platform and like make a huge career out of it was Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber got found on YouTube. Yeah. He was just, I don't know, just, you know, singing some song and Usher saw him and then boom. And I remember hearing that story, you know, he was like, what, 12, 13 years old?
Like that, yeah.
And it's just like, dang, he got found on YouTube. And back at then, that was like a crazy thing.
Yeah.
And then now today, it's like, oh, well, of course, that's how you get found.
Yeah.
So,
but I could see that happening on TikTok. I think especially with musicians. I think that, I don't think it's been an easier time for music, but in terms of going from nothing to 100 really quickly.
I agree. It is the easiest time to be a musician because you don't need management the way you used to, you know, go sign a deal and, you know, make things happen. Like, dude, you just put your stuff out to the world and you're going to get people stomping at your door. I remember, well, I remember too, this was like 10 years ago. Drake was like one of the first guys to really do that. I remember he put out his mixtapes. It was like 2008, 2009. And I remember hearing his mixtapes. I'm like, this guy is cool. And then I remember there was this huge frenzy of like, you know, Lil Wayne and Rick Ross and all these guys trying to sign him. And he didn't have to go the route of like all these other guys where they signed for pennies. He's like, dude, you guys are about to pay me a boatload of money, like off the bat.
Yeah. The only difference now is that I feel like musicians also have to be great marketers. And if Drake didn't have Degrassi, would he have still had the same success? Because that at least got him through the door. Because I remember hearing his first few songs and be like, oh, that's Drake from Degrassi?
Right.
What?
Yeah.
And I was like, but the music's good. How is he able to do this?
Yeah, because he just
like,
plays such a nerdy guy on.
Yeah.
He's like, this guy's a rapper?
But he was able to use that as like his catalyst to getting in a lot of these places. So I feel like now as a musician, like you need that little boost or you need to be good at marketing. 100%. Otherwise, it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. And the thing I always tell people is like content is marketing, right? Like you're marketing something, whether you're trying to get people to subscribe and get more views or whether you're marketing your business or you're marketing, you know, your company so people can come work for you. Like there's always something that your video is trying to market to. And so it's like understanding what you're trying to do with all your content. But I think speaking of TikTok, you and I had this conversation when we first met, you know, when was this? This was, I think,
you gave me my viral video, man. I went from nothing. Well, not nothing. I think I had like a few thousand followers on TikTok to 250,000 within like a few days.
Yeah, we made a bet live
video.
Yeah, I was like, show people what you make on YouTube, and I guarantee you're gonna get millions of views. And how many views did it get?
17 million views.
17 million?
You said 1 million views.
I said at least 1 million.
Yeah, and it did 17 million views.
That's crazy, dude.
So you should just give me an idea. What's your next idea? What should I do on TikTok?
Well, you know what's funny is like my TikTok has changed. You know, when I first met you, I was trying to build my TikTok platform. And so every day I film 2 TikToks a day.
and I edited them myself on the phone. I just did them selfie style, whatever. And that built me up a few 100,000 followers. And I was like, dude, I'm like kind of burnt out of this. And luckily I started doing the podcast. And so I found a really good guy who could cut up my podcast and then just make them into TikToks. And so for like the last 500,000 followers, I haven't even made TikToks. They're just cut up the best conversations.
How many do you have now on TikTok?
Like 920.
Are you serious? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so we're almost at 1 million. The goal is to get to 1 million by the end of the year.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and it's literally without really any effort. I'm sure that there's going to be a TikTok that we do from this podcast that's going to do over 1 million views. It's probably this conversation right now.
Maybe. We'll see, guys. Prove me wrong.
Make sure you guys share this video on TikTok. But yeah, so I don't do much thinking on like TikTok ideas anymore because the team just kind of takes the best clips. But I would say for you, man, like the funny thing about TikTok, you kind of mentioned it with YouTube earlier of like somewhat copying, successful videos and stuff. You already had a 17 million view video. Just do it again. Do an update.
Oh, geez, really?
Yeah.
This is like the same thing, but maybe not.
Yeah, but that was like over a year ago.
Right.
If you just do it again, I guarantee you.
It's the same though.
Million
like,
plus.
My income is the same.
People don't know that. People have never seen that video. It's old now. Just like you remake videos on YouTube, a year later with an update. This is an update.
All right. You think another 1 million views?
At least 1 million.
Oh, come on. Okay.
But now you have like a high ceiling to break. You got to beat 17 million.
All right.
So I think TikTok's great. I'm just curious, like, why you haven't put more effort into it. Because, like, you're saying, like, I believe in it. And then at the time, I think over a year ago, you were like, I don't care.
Yeah, no, I really believe in it. It was who really kind of solidified that was Erica Kohlberg. I'm sure if you've seen her content. But, yeah, she had that one, like, where did you learn about this? I learned about it from Erica.
Yeah.
Subscribe for more, like, something like that. And now everyone copies that format. But her video got, like, 60, 70 million views. She's gone from nothing to 5.5 million followers on TikTok, from nothing to, what was it, 1 million Instagram followers.
Right.
It's nuts. But seeing that she found a format that works and just continued it, for me, it's just, I don't know. I have a hard time getting into it. And for me, it's all about like what I'm interested in. I don't spend a lot of time on TikTok.
Right.
I'm just not that excited about it. Like, I know I should be. It's like, you should be going to the gym every day. Like, it's the good thing to do. I just can't get into it. I don't know why. There's a block that just.
You know what's funny is, so I was hanging out with Erica at FinCon in Austin, Texas, before she blew up. And she was asking me about TikTok and business and stuff. Her and I have been doing some different business things. And she posted that first video, and I think she had like 250,000 followers. And she texts me, and she's like, dude, this is crazy. Like, I went from 0 to 250 in like a week. Yeah. And I took a look at it because I'd seen it. And I go, literally just remake that video over and over again. And I was like, I guarantee you're going to be over 1 million in a month. Mm-hmm. But she like shattered what I thought.
I know.
And it's funny just like seeing it. I'm like, and that was the point is like, dude, when you get a successful video, just literally remake it over and over again. Like that's all these TikTokers do, and to a degree, I mean, it's what YouTubers do too. It's like, I remember watching Kevin when he started blowing up last year. He makes a stimulus video and then, he makes another one and another one. And he's like, he took it to the extreme of like, I'll just make 5 of these a day. And I'm like, dude, that's literally how you take that idea of just doing the same thing over and over and just dominating.
That's true. Part of me, it's just, I've gotten to a point now where I feel like repeating myself. I'm getting
You're bored.
And I can't bring myself to do it. I know I should. And you know what? For you, I'm going to do it again on TikTok.
Do it, dude.
So for you.
I'm gonna share it.
I'll do it.
We're going to blow it up.
So I'll do that. The only TikTok idea that I was actually excited about, and this might be super lame, be honest with me about this idea, but because I got this like 13-foot Christmas tree, it's crazy when you actually like get side by side. Like it doesn't show well on camera. But I've got everybody's reaction coming in the house, like, oh wow, that's great. Like, and I got like 5 reactions like that. So I thought it would be fun to do a TikTok about the biggest Christmas tree that I could find. Show the reactions. Oh wow, wow. Before I showed the tree, then show the tree with like everyone standing next to it, looking up, and I don't know if that. And I thought like around the holidays it might do, but maybe that's boring. I don't know. Be honest. Maybe that's.
I've seen anything go viral on TikTok, especially Christmas season. So I think you'd have to do it pretty soon, though.
Yeah,
Christmas is
I
coming
would do
up
it this week.
Yeah,
But-
I like the idea. I think though you can make the YouTube video in 5 minutes, and it's gonna
true.
get millions.
But what could I do beyond the YouTube video?
You know what I would do, dude?
Yeah.
2 different things. One, I think you could just copy me and just repurpose what you've already got. Right? Just find a guy who's really good at taking your existing content and turning it into TikToks. That way it doesn't really take any more time out of your day. And it's exactly what I did. The second thing I think you could do is just kind of take the key points from your YouTubes and make them into 1 minute, you know, because, you know, like a lot of times, right, there's like 3 bullet points.
Yes.
You know, just hit them in 1 minute. The market's doing this. Here's why, you know, whatever, right? Watch this to see what stock you should pick. And then you do it. You just take, because now you're not even creating a new idea. You're just making 2 versions of it, the 10-minute and the 1 minute.
Are TikToks ever evergreen? Like, let's say 5 passive income ideas to make $1,000 a month. Is that the video that I could make once and then it just keeps getting recommended? Or is it like you post a video, gets pushed for a week, it's done?
Well, there's no SEO like there is on YouTube where people can go search for that video. You're just banking on the algorithm showing it. You know, and the algorithm does show videos from months ago. I'll have videos that, you know, whatever, they got a certain amount of views, and then I'll look at them a month or 2 later. I'm like, how did this get so many views? It just went viral. And so that can happen, but it's just not search-based.
Got it. So I would need to continually remake content to get it pushed.
Right.
Okay.
But I think, too, and this is my opinion, is that TikTok, you know, when you have people like Erica and stuff who like really have a viral video, your next videos, they're just going to like push it out.
Yes.
Because they know. And, you know, you had the 17 million one. And so like, I think to me, and I don't know for sure, but I think TikTok has a tab of, you know, people that they want to see succeed. And I think you'd probably be one of those people. And I actually had a TikTok expert on here that was talking about this. He was like, yeah, internally, TikTok has said like a lot of things about the algorithm that, whereas YouTube's like very mysterious, TikTok is very forthcoming with like what they want to see. And we were talking about it on the podcast. Like they have like a beauty filter. Like they know when there's an attractive person making content, and they like want to push that. So it's crazy, dude.
You know what? We could try this, you and I, if you're interested, but I did a video with Zach King, and this is the last video I did on TikTok. It did 1.6 million views, and all I did, and I just went up, I said, Zach, how much money do you make? And he answered it, and then he basically showed me his TikTok thing, which was kind of cool, where part of me thinks it went viral because of how low the amount was. I think it was like $5 to $20, or like $5 to $15 a day.
Yeah.
For Zach King. And so maybe it was that. But maybe that's a cool format. Hey, how much money do you make? Like, you know, the car guy was in Daniel something.
Daniel Mac.
Yeah. What do you do for a living?
Yep.
Maybe mine could be like, hey, how much money do you make?
You should. I mean, you should just ask. And it doesn't have to be on TikTok. It could be you asking the YouTubers. It could be you asking TikTok, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I think that's tight. That's a good idea.
Okay.
And I mean, you have the YouTubers come to your studio anyway for the podcast. Every time you do a podcast, just bust out a TikTok after. Think about the current platforms right now. You said you're mainly on Facebook, right? I mean,
primarily on Facebook currently, yeah.
You know, why not YouTube ads? Why not TikTok ads? Snapchat?
So one of the reasons is like there's a certain power to one. And getting like super hyper focused on one and just optimizing the heck out of that thing to crush, which is what we did with YouTube. So when we first launched, we were on YouTube and Facebook, and we were just quickly getting more and more traction on YouTube. And so eventually I'm taking more and more of our ad spend and I'm focusing it on YouTube. I'm focusing on what's working. We were paying a higher CPA on YouTube, but we also had a higher customer value off of YouTube as well. So they were just a better qualified buyer. When I took the time to like rebrand the business, I turned off pretty much all paid media for a bit, and all of our traffic was only coming from our affiliates. And there's different reasons for that. And then when we went back to like sprinting hard on paid media, we saw the opposite effect. Facebook started taking off for us better and faster, and our CPAs were lower, and our customer values were high. And at this point, their algorithms are better dialed in. The pixels are better dialed in. The AI is smarter than it was back in 2016 and 2017. So, because this is late 2019, early 2020. So we've just deployed most of our assets there. Only now are we beginning to like spread our assets out across YouTube. And then we're hoping by Q3, Q4, we'll be on TikTok as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say TikTok, like the cost per lead is so low, but, you know, it's a bunch of kids. So it's also like, are these guys really buying anything? You know, like, what are we doing?
I have a competitor in my space who sells a pretty high ticket offer, like right about the same price that I'm offering. They're the number 2 or number 3 affiliate for ClickFunnels. And they sell a coaching program, and 100% of their traffic is coming off of TikTok currently.
Wow.
100%. So they're definitely getting sales and revenue through the door. Now, they're not doing the kind of volume that I'm doing off of TikTok alone. But is there a customer value there? There is. And the demographics from what TikTok was like 2 years ago to what it is today, like my girl's on TikTok all the damn time. You know what I mean? And she's got some buying power, unfortunately.
Yeah. She's buying some off TikTok.
So she's on TikTok all day. You know, I mean, you and I are talking about it. Yeah. So we're opening up the doors to it and we're learning about it. You're already crushing it on the platform organically, right? Yeah. So more and more of the people in our demographic are joining the platform. So the buyers are there.
Yeah, I just think, yeah, it's a good point. I haven't looked at it so hard in like the last year and a half. But yeah, I think now the demographic is changing. So it isn't going to be just young kids.
Teeny boppers doing dance videos. Yeah.
And you know what? You got to give the people what they want. But no, that's cool, man. I mean, I'm just so fascinated by all of it. It's really good. One thing we were talking about pre-show was like ad creation. Talk about that.
Yeah. So one of my strategies we were talking about before the show in our pre-conversation, a little bit about like my ad strategies that seem to have worked really well. So we launched in late 2016. We opened up to the public. We start running some YouTube ads. I had at that time probably 30 or 40 ads that we had filmed, right? And we tested a bunch of stuff that had already previously kind of worked for us on Facebook and whatnot. But one of the strategies that I looked at when we were really hitting it hard on YouTube is I looked at what everybody else was doing, and all of the ads were essentially the same thing. Like, hey, what's up? Are you struggling with XYZ? Well, you know, I'm so-and-so, and here's what some of my clients are saying. And if you want to learn more, go ahead and click the link somewhere around here and go watch my video on the next page, or go register for my webinar, or go download my ebook or whatever. And a lot of the people around me at the time were saying like, oh, your video ads, the video ads are crushing, but they've got to be like under 1 minute, under 2 minutes max and all that. And I'm like, you know, I came from the world of selling stuff, and I'm like, well, you know, it's got to be as long as it takes to get the sale is how long it's got to be.
Yeah, there's whatever works.
Exactly, whatever works, actually. So kind of these just, you know, random rules people make up. So I said, hey, I'm going to shoot some ads where like I really take people, like I'm going to open up my computer. I'm going to show them what affiliate marketing is. I'm going to show them some proof that it works. And I'm going to help them really understand this business as a concept and really help epiphanize them, like really open up their mind to the opportunity. And so my video ads went from 1 and 2 minutes to now they were like 10 minutes, some as high as 12 minutes. And we had 2 ads in particular that just absolutely crushed. One got over 100 million views over the course of the next 2 years. The other one got 81 million views over the next 2 years. Both of them are what we call a portal ad, where it's just basically I'm taking you into my world. So the one that did the best was like I open up my front door. This is probably the one that people have seen the most. I open up my front door at my house, And, I welcome you in. I'm say, hey, what's up? I'm Calla, blah, blah, here's my house. And we start walking through the house. I'm talking a little bit about my history. And I say, if you want to learn how I did it, let me just walk you over here to my office. I'm going to pull out my screen. I'm going to show you exactly what I did. And then I pull up my screen and I show them, I start breaking down what affiliate marketing is. Video goes for about 10 to 12 minutes. Just absolutely out of the gate, just immediately starts crushing for us. And some of the concept came from something I got from Frank Kern. I was at a Frank Kern workshop, and he said this very clearly, and it stuck out to me. He said, at the end of the day, people buy from us because they believe that we're going to make their life better. And the best way to prove that to them is to make their life better right now. So all of my ads today include some sort of piece of content in them, which I think this is why you crush as well, because you're so focused on content marketing, right? So that people are getting real value from you before they ever have to give you $1, before they ever really have to take any next action.
Right.
And so you're helping them solve their problem before you really ask them for anything.
Right.
Kind of the same thing. I'm just squeezing it into like a 10-minute ad video. So I'm epiphanizing them that there is a solution out there. There's something that can solve this problem for you. Here's generally how it works. And if you want to learn more about this, then take this next action. And that's just absolutely crush it for us. And I'd like to keep it that way.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I've learned the same thing as, like on the organic side, right? You can't just do a pure ad. It won't go anywhere, right? So I've realized, if I give a ton of value in a YouTube video and then I just say, hey, if you're interested in learn more, go to futureflipper.com. Like, it's that simple. It takes 2 seconds to do the pitch, and they got 10 minutes of value, right? So nobody's ever going to get mad that you're pitching or anything. And the video is still going to perform really well, and people are going to share it because it's a very valuable piece of content. Well, I've done that for the organic side, and that's how we've built our business. Like, just in pure organic content, we do millions a month.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we go to paid, it's the same thing. I'm like, okay, basically, let's just boost our organic content. Like, there's nothing really else to do because, maybe the call to action in the ad is a little bit harder, right? And maybe, we're giving a lot of value. And then at the end, I'm like, hey, look, and I go into a 2-minute sales pitch of like, this is why you need to join, like, get the free consultation, like, let's go. And I think that's now working for us because before, when I hired other media buyers, I think they just had that old school, internet marketer mindset where they're just like, okay, here's the ad. We got to like do some goofy ad and get people to like, I'm like, why don't we just make good content that people want to watch?
Totally. I'm 100% with you actually on this.
Yeah.
Do you guys do any, like we call it ice cold traffic? Do you do any like cold where you like know for sure that they've never heard of you before?
Dude, I don't even look at what they do.
So one of the things that we do is, so we have like these, we'll call them like an ice cold campaign where we literally exclude anybody that's like visited any of our pages for as far back as we can go. So we want to make sure that we want to spend on getting new eyeballs on us. And then once we do that and we pull them into the audience, right, then we can warm them up with other ads. They'll go, they'll go search my content and stuff. So that, now that I have a YouTube channel that I'm actually spending some time on, now that I'm doing reels on Instagram, we'll get a lot of engagement there. But it's like literally the strategy is deliver my face, my message to somebody who's never ever seen it before, so I can pull them one step closer into the web. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whereas at the same time, like with all of the organic traffic that you have, if you're running paid to that organic audience, you're also supporting keeping that organic audience engaged as well. So there's not necessarily a right or wrong to do it. But if you want to get out there and get in front of people that literally never heard the name Ryan Pineda before, which is probably fucking hard at this point for you, then that's one way to do it. Is just exclude anybody that's visited any of your pages or any of your accounts.
Yeah. No, I'll talk to my team about that. That's cool. Yeah. And honestly, too, I'm looking at paid in that way as well. Of like, yeah, obviously we want the paid to make money for the companies. But man, if going paid allows me to reach more people and help me grow the following too, dude, then it's a double win.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if they don't return the ad spend right away, like if they become a follower, I think they're going to buy at some point in the lifetime journey of watching me.
If somebody becomes a follower, they are 100% going to buy. The only question is, are they going to buy from you?
Yeah.
And that's where your content comes in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're really earning the trust of that customer.
And that's the other thing too about, the paid marketing. If you don't have organic and it's just purely ads, and then they want to go research more about you and there's nothing out there, like your conversions are going to be way down.
My conversions are definitely better today, and we're like proving this right now. My conversions have gone up since we started making a real concerted effort on organic.
Yeah.
Because now there is stuff for them to find from me organically, right? So they go on search for me. They don't have to just read all the people that call me a scammer so they can sell their affiliate course or whatever.
Right.
But now they can actually find my YouTube channel, my Instagram, and they can connect with me on other platforms and see that like I'm real and delivering decent content for them.
Yeah. 100%. And now you got this podcast to go and just show that content, your expertise, dude.
Well,
this is your VSL right now. I've actually heard people say that the next form of VSL is a podcast.
Yeah. So, do you know Alan Sultanic?
No.
So he runs a cool Facebook group called Nothing Held Back. And that's one of the strategies he's talked about in there. Alan Sultanic is a monster marketer. I mean, one of the most brilliant marketers walking the earth. Very, very not very well known, kind of keeps himself under wraps. But one of the strategies that he's talking about now is the podcast VSL. And they ran a podcast VSL on YouTube as a paid ad. They ran the entire episode.
Yep.
And it's one of the things that's converted the best for them.
100%.
Because the playthrough rate is massive.
Yeah. No, 100%. Like, I see that as the future as well. Just knowing that, like, you could script a podcast VSL so simply to show your expertise, show testimonials, and all those things. And like,
on that note, I did bring a script that you could follow for me so that you can ask me the questions that will allow me to sell.
Exactly. This is the script, right? You didn't know. You just watched a podcast VSL. No, I love it, dude. Actually, speaking of, since this is your new VSL, where can people find you, dude?
Pretty much the easiest place to find me right now, and probably the place that I spend the most time, is either on YouTube. So you can search Kala Kanai on YouTube, and you'll find my channel. It's Kala Kanai. It's conspicuously named right after me. And then on Instagram as well, there's Kala Kanai. However, on Instagram right now, I'm not verified. There's like 50,000 million hoops you got to jump through to get verified, because apparently I didn't spend enough money on fake articles about me. I didn't buy enough publicity. But so there's a lot of people who pretend to be me on the platform. So just look with look for the account that has the highest followers.
Yeah.
That's me. And there's reels on there basically every day, almost every day. So
good. And where do they find info about the coaching program?
Fullstackmarketer.com.
Fullstackmarketer.com.
Fullstack Marketer. And that's full stack with a Q, STAQ. So FULLSTAQ.
Fullstack Marketer.
Fullstack Marketer.
Dude, are you going to give me an affiliate for it or what?
Well, I mean, if you want one, bro, let's talk.
There might be an affiliate link down below, but if it just says Full Stack Marketer, I didn't get an affiliate link. But anyways, dude, I appreciate you coming on. I learned a lot about paid traffic, and hopefully people can take this from their, into their normal businesses right now and implement some of these tactics and just like the big picture of it. Like paid traffic plus organic wins, and you don't necessarily need to make money on the front end, which is something I've had to learn, as a business owner, because I just hate that idea of losing money, but it makes sense in the lifetime value of a customer. So what would you say for the people that are like these new celebrities? I would call them the social media influencers, right? Like, because it used to be the only way to become known was be an actor, be an athlete, like there wasn't many ways to become known. Now it's like these TikTok stars, these YouTubers are more famous than ever, like, because they're getting all the views. They're literally getting hundreds of millions and billions of views. Like, how are you assessing their value compared to, I guess, the legacy clients' values who were the traditional, like, A-list celebrities?
I think it's different. I think you've heard the term Insta famous, and not that they haven't built unbelievable brands, but where's the legacy at a certain point? Hopefully it's growing this behemoth brand, and they all continue to do so, and they're smart enough to surround themselves with the right people. But let's face it, when you're an iconic athlete with the Hall of Fame career, as they say, legends never die. It's next level, you know. What they've accomplished, that never goes away. So I think I just think, like I said, it's a very different time, man, because it is incredible what's happening with some of these influencers. And like, you see guys like Jake and Logan Paul. I mean,
I was about to bring them up.
God bless them, because, it's a beautiful thing. I remember a couple of years ago, my boy Bear had me on the phone with them. They wanted to do like some crazy, like, fun promos with like Hulk Hogan and some collaborations. And I think it was Logan that wanted to like try to out rebound Dennis Rodman. And, you know, so I love that because here's like the young stars of today that also look up to the people that, you know, I've been able to, more importantly than the business, build such a personal bond with, you know, my celebrity clients. It's more at this stage of my life, it's more just a family, Bob. I mean, 90% of my conversations are about life. They really,
not
truly
even about
aren't
deals.
about business anymore. Magic and I spoke for a half hour a couple Thursdays ago in the morning, and I'm not even kidding, probably 25 minutes was about life and talking about, you know, some memories that we've had together and how good life is, and my personal mission in life being that it's about recovery and helping people. And, you know, Hulk, it's same thing. You know, Rick, you know, Charlie, Chevy, Carmen. I love that because we kind of came together on business, but then we built this beautiful, trusting, loving family type of relationship.
Yeah, no, I love that. Yeah, it's interesting you bring up the Paul brothers because, you know, they're taking the opposite approach. They become viral YouTube stars, and then they go into sports. You know, they start boxing, and you know, they're making a lot of money doing it. Logan's fighting Floyd Mayweather. It's just a crazy world, man. Like, how do guys with no boxing experience or expertise become the biggest, you know, boxers as far as box office draws? You know, it's crazy.
It's incredible. I mean, but look, they put the work in too.
Yeah.
It's not a gimmick. They both can fight. They both train. I mean, I think everything that has been structured in their social media brand and everything else they've done on YouTube, they put that same type of energy and drive into now becoming real boxers and athletes. And said you can't hate on that. I mean, God bless them. That's, you know, to me and the younger generation, I mean, that's inspiring. That's motivating.
Yeah. No, I love it. It actually, the more I see guys like that, and then guys like Mr. Beast just
incredible
start all these businesses with his influence. And I mean, the kid is going to be a billionaire before he's 30 with all the things he's doing.
Yeah.
And it just made me realize, like, man, I grew up where, the path to fame and riches was playing sports. And so that's what I pursued. I did that, and I was not successful. Well, I mean, I was successful to a degree. I became a pro, but I never got the big contract. Right. And now I look at my life and I'm like, dude, you know, I get 1 million views a day on social media. I, you know, got these brands wanting to do stuff. We got fans and all these things. And I'm like, this is freaking crazy. And I'm just kind of thinking going forward, like, man, okay, where does this even go? You know, you talk about a guy like David Goggins, who, you know, is a social media guy, and, you know, he writes a best-selling book, and now he's going on stage, and, you know, he's getting 6 figures plus to go on stage. And I'm just like, man, where do I take my own career?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what would it be smart for me to hire an agent or anything like that for the future? What do you think?
I think you could. I mean, for sure. I mean, you're young enough to do it. And I think there's also a niche market for you. I mean, these athletes that really, as we were talking about earlier, that might have a short-lived career that don't know what to do. Realizing that, oh, wow, this is kind of scary. I had a 5-year career, and this money that I've made probably has to last me the next 20, 30 years. What do I do so I don't make mistakes? It's not about taking big risks to get big gains. It's about what you do to preserve it and involve yourself with the right circle around you of people, which obviously you have too.
Right.
To be successful, because I think it's 7 out of 10 athletes within like 4 or 5 years after the career is over, they're done. You know, they're broke. Like, they don't know. It's terrible.
It's terrible. It's crazy.
So what are you doing these days? How are you spending your time, since it used to be only spent renovating?
Yeah, well, I guess really building my team. I've spent a lot of time doing that and building up my socials. And then the more I build up my social, the more opportunity I have to get investors in on our deals and do much larger deals than what I could have before. And that's because I do have a team backing me and amazing partners as well.
Yeah. So what's your social team look like now?
Well, right now I just have one girl, Jade, under me. So she's been awesome and just getting me really organized with my content and getting a lot more out there. So we have a schedule and a content calendar. Really how I was running it before was the same morning. I'm like, okay, it's Wednesday. I post every Wednesday. So what am I going to post? And I quickly edit my own video. So then Jade's really been helping me a lot with that. And then I have video editors as well, mostly in the Philippines who help with the editing and all that. So it's not really a team. Like, my social media team is really nothing still, but even getting a videographer. And the problem is, I think I travel so much that it's hard to, I don't have an office or anything that's like one place. I'm kind of a little bit moving around. So
right.
So, I need someone to just follow me.
I know. So I got Austin with me now,
Exactly.
I just realized I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to have people follow me and that's the content.
Makes you look like a big time celebrity.
I know. I'm like, I'm so busy.
Please.
Stay away from me, please, guys. Yeah, I'm just going to start taking Austin to like restaurants and stuff. And I'm like, guys, stand back, please. So, so with AJ and everything you guys are doing, I mean, you're raising money for the self-storage units and everything else. Is that the plan going forward? Just kind of make content and, raise money and just keep doing more and more deals?
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's been such a cool way to do it. And even so, it probably was maybe 6 months as well after our Maui mastermind. And I was trying to buy a self-storage facility on my own in Canada.
Okay.
And I was talking to AJ. It was a great deal. Everything was going well. And then AJ said, and I think I was trying to raise capital for this deal as well. It was still a smaller facility, but he said, why don't you put it out there on Instagram that you're looking for partnerships and people to come in on these deals with you? And I said, AJ, I'm a single family person. No one's going to want to partner with me. That's what I thought. That's where my mindset was at that time. Mm-hmm. So I put it out there. Hey, anyone looking to partner on real estate, put your email here. I got 300 emails off of that one Instagram story. So then that got me thinking, okay, there's a lot of interest here, but I just wasn't thinking that way for so long. So then I started to really push it out there and then got tons of emails, started to gather a lot of investors. And then a few years down the line, like I started doing that for a while, which is also why I think everyone should start collecting information and all that, and emails, I think specifically right off the bat, because having that data is really important. And then in the future, when you start to do email sequences and all that too, I think it's just great to have, because I spent so many years just not collecting any information from my followers or people at all. So
yeah, it's funny. They say I've heard this saying to content creators that, you don't own the platform you're on, right? YouTube could shut you down tomorrow. Instagram could, ban your account, right? But, if you own the data, the emails, the phone numbers, everything else, then you own that.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's something I've been thinking about too recently is building the email list better. I hired an email guy, about a few months ago. He's been doing great. But up to that point, I was like you. I wasn't utilizing email at all, because I think when you have social media influence, you kind of take it for granted. You're just like, oh yeah, I'll just post.
Yeah. It's easy
Yeah,
until your Instagram's deleted. And then
exactly.
It's like, now what do I do?
Yeah, until Instagram doesn't like something you say, and now you don't have one.
And it happens. It's
kind
of freaky. So you can't really build your business based on that variable too. That could change.
Yeah. That's why I've also spent a considerable amount of time building all the platforms, right? It's like I'm on TikTok and YouTube and podcast and Instagram, and I haven't really done LinkedIn too much, but now I'm building my Twitter, and it's just like, yeah, you know what? I'm aware that one of these could just go south.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't want my whole business built on, relying on a platform. No, I mean, I'm like dead serious. Like, I'm half joking, but half serious.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, if you were to just go make videos right now with no help or anything, you're going to fail. Like, literally, it's so hard. And the reason I say this is because even though I said I started in 2020, I was actually kind of dabbling in it in 2018, 2019. Like, I hired my first videographer, Sion, who still works for me to this day, in 2019. Because I came back from the Maui Mastermind with Brandon Turner. This was in the middle of 2019.
Yeah.
And I was talking to investor girl Britt, who's been on the show, and she goes, Ryan, you should take social media seriously. You would do really good. And I was like, thanks.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm going to do it. And so I hired a videographer, right? Because I always take action.
Yeah.
I hired a videographer, Sion, and we started filming me at my flips and stuff.
Yeah.
You know how many YouTube views I got? Freaking like 2.
Yeah.
Like, nobody watched it. I didn't put any effort into it. Well, actually, I did put effort into it. I paid a guy.
Yeah.
I filmed. It took a lot of time, but I paid no effort in learning the algorithm, titles, thumbnails, what kind of topics to make, descriptions, SEO. I didn't do any of the stuff that actually matters.
Yeah.
and I got no traction. And I actually stopped doing it because I'm like, Sion, this doesn't even work. And then COVID hit, and I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I finally understood the power of what we were doing because I didn't even want to post them on YouTube. That was the thing. I was only concerned about Instagram. And so I had him film me. I put it on Instagram, and Sion put it on YouTube because he was like, dude, you need to put them on YouTube. That's where everyone's at. And I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Roham and Sion, they'll all tell you.
Yeah.
They were telling me YouTube for like years, and I didn't listen.
Yeah. I remember your videos before. I don't know if you had a pool at your Spring Valley house or something like that.
Yep.
And there was like a little dog that used to go visit. Like, yeah, and it's crazy because like you didn't know that I was like watching your videos. And I remember you mentioning something like recently where you're like, yeah, I did, you know, I made some videos, but I wasn't taking it serious, but I was like practicing without knowing.
Yeah.
And I actually started doing that when COVID hit. I would like get just my phone and just be like, hey, da, 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 da. Like I knew that I was just practicing, but then I was like, all right, I'm going to take this up a notch and I'm going to get like a video team and editors and all that crap.
And by the time you went serious, you were good.
Exactly. Yeah. So even right now with this podcast, like we shot a podcast 2 years ago and I was scared out of my mind. I don't know if you remember.
You're like, dude, we got to pray right before
Yeah.
this.
I was like, could you please pray? Because if I pass out on this podcast, it's going to be embarrassing. But yeah, now obviously like, you know, we have the Future Flipper podcast and I'm like used to speaking to people, but it took 2 years. So if you could freaking.
Well, and to your point, right? I think everyone listening probably has that bug in their ear where they're like, yeah, I know social media is important. Like I made a video here or there.
Yeah.
That's where you were. That's where I was. And then the moment we finally took it serious and we finally like had a blueprint and we did it the right way, it took off.
Yeah.
And I believe anybody can take off on social media. I don't think you need to be, you know, this ultra charismatic, good-looking person. I mean, look at Brian.
Yeah, look at. I was gonna say something. Look, for example, our girl Zasha, not at her looks, you know, beautiful woman, but she is an introverted engineer.
Yeah.
She is not the most charismatic person in the world. She's hilarious when you get to know her.
Yeah.
But I remember on our first coaching calls, I was like, dude, you're very analytical. And you're very like
quiet,
nervous.
She's super quiet.
Yeah, super quiet, super nervous. And she's blown up on social media.
Yeah, anyone can do it.
Yeah.
I'm not, I mean, now I've definitely changed as my businesses have made me change, right?
Yeah.
Like I basically got forced to be a leader over this giant company.
Yeah.
And over these people who listen to what I say. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess this is what I have to do. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna be great at it.
Yeah.
But naturally,
Uh-huh.
I would have rather been like Zasha, where I'm like, I just want to chill, do my own thing.
Yeah.
Nobody talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm analytical. I am analytical.
Yeah, you are. And I remember when I first met you, not to go all over the place, you were super intense. And people would be like, how's Ryan? I'm like, dude, he's freaking intense. Like, he's like, I do not work on the weekends. I'm like, okay, dude. I get it. I get it. But now, you know, you've learned how to adapt to being on camera and getting your point across in like a nicer way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I didn't work on the weekends then.
Yeah.
People ask me that. They're like, okay, but what about when you're growing it?
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? It's always growing. Like, I've never done it.
Yeah. And I think it's just so like, that's another thing about social media is like the leverage where you could take 30 seconds to make a video that could reach thousands of people. Where before I would freaking take 5 minutes calling one person trying to get a result, where I can make a video now and I've had videos get 2 million views.
Yeah.
There's no way to do that besides social media.
No, it's crazy. That's why, to me, once it clicked, I was like, holy crap, this is big.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm all in. Like, I've had multiple clicks in my life, like flipping houses, social media, Big Bear. I was like, this city is way undervalued. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just buying them all.
Yeah.
You know, NFTs, you know, just like it's happened so many times where I'm like, why is nobody doing this? This is dumb.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
even like recently, I was talking to Raw Belt, the Bigger Pockets host.
Yep.
And I was like, dude, I think I'm going to start, even me. I was like, dude, I think I'm going to start making YouTube videos, but I don't even know if it's like popular like how it used to be. He was like, trust me, bro. Like, trust me. It's still there. Like, YouTube is blowing up. It's only getting bigger. So,
yeah.
And I know some people think like that. Like, oh, is it too late? Like, oh, TikTok, like everyone's already famous on TikTok or everyone's already famous on Instagram.
People think it's always too late.
Yeah.
It's, like we said this at the event. People for the last 2 years are saying, the real estate market's too competitive. There's no way I could get in. It's too hot. It's in a bubble, blah, 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 right? And then it slows down and like, the real estate market, it's just not good right now. It's not a good time to invest.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so when do you want to invest? Like, do you want to invest when it's super hot or when it's super cold? Like, pick one.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to only invest when it's neutral. Like, for a period of time, it might be neutral.
Yeah. So I guess, like, you know, give everyone the secret. Like, what does it take to, like, blow up 2020 in 2020?
Blow up how so?
Blow up on social media.
Oh, on social. Like I said, you go to contentempire.io. Like, I'm not even. What do you want? Like, no, but it's just. There's no way to like blow up from 5 seconds of advice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not even going to waste my time giving 5 seconds of advice because it'd be stupid. Like, to blow up takes time and effort and hard work.
Yeah.
You can't blow up from me. Okay, guys, here's the secret to 2020. You said 2021.
It's 2022.
Well, 2023 is when like people are trying to. But you want to blow up in 2022 or 2023? You just be like Brian Davila. You make some reels. And you're gonna blow up.
Yeah. Post at 8 a.m.
Post at 8 a.m. But I'll tell you, even Brian Davila sitting next to me doesn't do half the things I teach in Content Empire because he hasn't gone through it yet.
100%.
And even things with like monetization funnels. And I'm like, bro, why don't you have this software yet?
I know.
We've used it for years with me, and you don't use it. Why?
Execution. Or I'm just like, oh, dude, I'll just get through these DMs. Like, I literally got like more than 100 DMs. It could be more than 300. And I'm like sitting here.
Oh my gosh, dude. I was like, you almost made me want to kill you. You don't want to move here because now when I'll see you and just how inefficient you do things, I'm like, what are you doing?
I know. But yeah, I'm a slow learner. But
once you get it.
Once I get it, then I got it. But yeah, I think with social media for me, I'm going to take it even more serious. I'm going to start making YouTube videos.
Okay.
So
that'd be good.
Just watch out for that. It's going to take a little bit of time I'm going to probably film a few and not post them until I feel comfortable with like what I'm actually going to put out. What do you think about that?
I say just post them all.
Oh, okay.
Just post them all.
Yeah. Even the video that went viral for me.
Content Empire, we will tell you that.
All right.
Do not hold anything back. You have nothing to lose. It costs you nothing to post it.
Yeah.
You have 0 subscribers anyway. What does it matter?
Yeah. I have 400 subscribers, but yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to let my people down.
You already let them down. They don't get any videos or content.
I know. It's been like 2 years.
Exactly. You're not. I want to talk about what your journey's been like, building your YouTube channel and, you know, being active on social media. Tell us about that.
It's hard. It was a hard transition because everything I'd done up to that point, it was very much, I'm not a social media guy. I'll never be a social media guy.
Yeah.
I didn't download Instagram until, I don't know, it hasn't been that long ago. I was just so opposed to change. And making that transition has been really good because it's an incredible platform. And I think it has negatives if you use it wrong. But for me, once I made the transition and I saw that I was bringing value and people were enjoying it, I wanted to do it more. And as I purchased more real estate, I had more and more people coming to me saying, Chandler, we want to buy rental properties as well. We want to do what you've done. And with that, it was very easy to say, hey, I'm going to start doing videos. I don't have the time to do 5 lunch meetings a day and show people how to invest, but right. I'm going to start making videos. And then when people ask me, I can say, go watch these 10 videos. Well, I'm sure it was maybe similar to you, but once I made 10 videos, I was like, man, I really like this. This is super fun. I'm bringing a ton more value to people. It's helping all of my businesses because people are reaching out with deals to me. People are reaching out that they want to work with me. And once I recognized it's a perfect piece to everything else I had going on, that's when I kind of said, hey, I need to buckle down and go all in on this. And I think there have been multiple times where it's, you know, I thought I was all in, and I need to be more all in because there's so much opportunity there.
So much opportunity. It's crazy. So when was that point where you decided, like, hey, this is smart. Like, I'm going to keep doing this?
Honestly, when YouTube has always been my main platform, and I would say this year. Before that, I had been putting out a video once a week, once every couple weeks, and it was just to help people learn about real estate, right? Mm-hmm. The editing was subpar.
Yeah.
You know, I was paying hardly anything to get the videos edited. It was an afterthought. I'd go down and film in 10 minutes and push it out. And then I think this year things really clicked.
You mean 2020 or 2021?
2020.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the beginning of that year is when things clicked because I recognized how many people had come to my sales organization and how much value it brought to, you know, people bringing in deals, the relationships, all of that. And that's when I kind of buckled down and just experimented with a lot of stuff. I was putting out, you know, 2 to 3 videos a week. I decided to buy the car from the Stradman to see what that would do to the channel. I was doing collabs with people, and I think I got 80-something thousand subscribers. I think I was only at, you know, between 10 and 20,000 at the beginning of that year, and then I just buckled down, and that's when things really blew up quick.
Dude, that's awesome. No, I'm with you. And you told me this like a year ago, before I ever started TikTok. So I want to tell that story here real quick. This was in March of 2020. We were at our mastermind, and I remember you showing everybody your TikTok.
Yes.
You know, and nobody was on it, dude. You might have been the only one, and you had like 100,000 followers at the time, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And you were like, dude, it's so easy to grow on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but who cares? And you were like, no, Pineda, you got to start a TikTok. And I was like, dude, it's stupid, right? So I didn't do it. And especially, too, the pandemic was happening. And I'm like, dude, I got to worry about my businesses. I ain't got time to go joke around on TikTok, you know? Like, the world might be crashing. Who knows? And so I remember, you know, lockdown happens. And you text me, like, at least how many times did you text me?
Dude, I don't remember, but I really want to see you on there.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
You text me maybe like a week later, and you were like, dude, why haven't you posted?
Yes.
I was like, oh, I can't get into my account. Like,
yes. Yes.
And then you text me again, maybe like a week later again. You're like, Pineda, you got to post. And I was like, dude, I don't know. And then finally, I think I posted, and you were like, yeah, you know, good job.
Dude, and I think your first few one of them went super viral.
Yeah, we had one that did good. Like, it got like, I think 30,000 views, and I hadn't had any followers, right? And I'm like, dang, 30,000 views, that's crazy for no following. And then, so that kind of encouraged me. And so I just started posting, and I didn't know what I was doing. I don't think you really knew what you were doing yet either.
Not really.
And then throughout the pandemic, we started to just figure it out together. And like, you know, now you got like what? 3 million?
3.2. Yeah.
3.2 million.
Who's counting anymore?
Who's counting? So I don't have quite that. I've got 800,000, but I think you're a lot more intentional about it. Like you, every time I see you, you are just always thinking about creating a new TikTok and, you know, short form content. Whereas I'm like, yeah, I kind of just would rather use these clips.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, honestly, I think the short term content are really taking off right now. I think obviously Instagram, YouTube are starting to want to jump in, and a lot of attention right now is gone on TikTok because TikTok is the shorter, you know, the shorter video, and now YouTube and Instagram are all wanted to do that.
Thanks for making it to the end. The good news is I've got another one that I know you're gonna like, and all you gotta do is click it right here. Linking it right here. All you gotta do is just click it, and you're gonna see this new episode that you're gonna love.
A big thing is maintenance. I cannot believe how many people rent their cars out on Turo and they never inspect them. If you're watching this now, do monthly inspections of your car, put it up on a lift, check your tires, check your brakes. We actually rented a car not too long ago when we were in San Diego, and the brakes and tires were completely shot. And this wasn't like a cheap car. This was, I think it was an i8.